My name is India. Welcome to my channel. I have some Thai food, some noodles because I'm a little hungry. I have some ice water. Because water is important. And I have some books behind me that I want to talk about. So, I've been acquiring some books. My cat just went into one of these cube shelves that is empty because I have these little bins, some of them stacked on top as a makeshift tripod. Anyway, I've been acquiring some books and I just wanted to tell you about them so that I can put them away or put them in the place where they go, which would be away. First, we're going to talk about these two books because they are books that I have checked out from work. First, we have We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Berry. I would love to read this in spring. I don't know why this feels like a spring book to me, but it just does. This is about a girls field hockey team who make a deal with the devil or get into like some witchcraft. They do something supernatural and then some supernatural stuff happens. And I would like to get to that. Another book that I have checked out is It Lasts Forever and Then It's Over by Anne DeMarkin. Yeah, Anne DeMarkin. This is about someone in the afterlife and dealing with being in the afterlife and kind of, I think, reflecting on life and living. It's really short. And it's a book that I just like heard a little bit about and then was curious. Ooh. There's a quote from Judith Butler to start the book. So that's really promising for me. Anyway, those are those two books. Let me move these over and then I can put other books here. I thought we were going to go in order from when I got them, going from least recent to most recent, but I think we're going to go in the opposite order. So today I was at Goodwill and I picked up Tales of Burning Love by Louise Erdrich. I am making my way through the Love Medicine Triangle. The Love Medicine Triangle. The Love Medicine series. And I'm reading it in a specific order. And so I'm just also like slowly collecting the books to read. This was $5. And I know that I want to eventually get to it. I don't know if I can describe what the Love Medicine series is about. It follows these people, this family, as they deal with different things. A lot of it relating to like Indigenous people losing their like land or white folks coming in and just being weird in the like late 1800s, early 1900s. I believe is the timeline. I could be wrong. Eleanor, will you guard the book? Next, we have The Beadworkers, stories by Beth Pietote. Told with humor, subtlety, spareness, and the mixed genre works of Beth Pietote's first collection draw on Indigenous aesthetics and forms to offer a powerful, sustaining vision of Native life. I found this at a vintage store for $3, and it's something that's been on my radar. It's been on my TBR for a really long time, and I was like, well, might as well. Next, two books that I picked up from a new bookstore in Portland. It's a local like queer bookstore called Always Here bookstore. I picked up Nevada by Imogen Binney. This is about a trans woman on a road trip. Yeah, This is, again, a book that I've had on my radar for a really long time and I've been wanting to read, and I picked it up. This is a book that I've never heard of, but look at this cover. It's so cute. This is Blessed by the Cupid Distribution System. Pardon the noises that are happening outside. I have no control over them. Anyway, this is a sapphic monster romance with a little Cupid person, winged Cupid person, and Iris, and it sounds like Iris is alone on Valentine's Day, and Jaya is like, oh, I'll go help Iris because I'm a Cupid. And she goes and helps Iris, and she's like, I'm gonna find you a partner for the day. And it's cute. This is by Robin Jo Margaret, which is a pen name used by a queer non-binary author from Italy. So yeah, I'm just stoked to read this. Stoked. Then I have an ARC that I got from work. This is The Book of Records by Madeline Thean. I really loved Do Not Say We Have Nothing by Madeline Thean, which is a historical fiction. As I was saying, Do Not Say We Have Nothing looks at the Cultural Revolution in China, and this looks like it is another historical fiction. Explores the role of fate in history, the migratory nature of humanity, our search for home, and the place of faith and humanity in our world. I'm just excited about this. I really love historical fiction. It's one of my favorite genres, so I think it'll be really good and like something I'll really enjoy. Then I went to another small independent bookstore in Portland called Grand Gesture Books, which is a romance bookstore. Super cute. Highly recommend. It's downtown. It's adorable. And I picked up But Not Too Bold by Hache Puyo. This is The Shape of Water meets Mexican Gothic in this sapphic monster romance novella wrapped in Gothic fantasy trappings. Another sapphic monster romance. This is about like a spider woman, which is really cool. Anathema, an enormous human-eyed spider with the taste for laudanum and human brides. So it sounds like it's about a human bride who she decides maybe not to destroy, not to kill. This cover is gorgeous. I'm like obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. It's really good. I really love monster romance, and I really want to read more sapphic monster romance because I do. Then I have two books that I had checked out from work and then decided to purchase, even though I have not read them yet. We have Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. I loved Interesting Facts About Space. I loved that book. It's one of my favorite books. Didn't so much love her newest book, We Could Be Rats. That's okay. It just didn't click with me. I think I'll probably really enjoy this one. This is about Gilda. This is about Gilda, who gets a job working as like a receptionist at a Catholic church. And I think it explores, it blends warmth, deadpan humor, and pitch-perfect observations about the human condition in this crackling exploration of what it takes to stay afloat in a world where your expiration and the expiration of those you love is the only certainty. I'm sure I'll love it. I then have The Ecstasy of Communication by Jean Baudrillard. Baudrillard. That's not how you say that, but that's okay. This is a philosophy book that I picked up and I was reading and like read little bits of it, and I was like, wow, this just seems really good and really evocative of the types of things I like to make when I'm making art. The back says, obscenity begins when there is no more spectacle, no more stage, no more theater, No more illusions. When everything becomes immediately transparent, visible, exposed in the raw and inexorable light of information and communication, we no longer partake of the drama of alienation, but are in the ecstasy of communication. So yeah, that just seems really interesting to me. I don't know if like if this is the text printed like really tiny, probably, but seems interesting to me. Then we have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I was given this by a friend who had an extra copy, and I was like, I'm kind of a woman in STEM now. Not really. Don't take that too seriously at all. But I'm like, maybe I should try Ali Hazelwood. I tried listening to Deep End, but realized I didn't want to be listening to it if I was going to read it, so stopped. But this is about the theoretical physicist Elsie Hanaway and Jack Smith, the annoyingly attractive and arrogant older brother of her favorite client. I don't know. Seems cute. I could really like this. I haven't dipped too far into the contemporary romance genre. I really mostly like monster romance. It's like good. It's good to me. But I'll probably try this sometime. Then I went to the bookstore and I picked up a copy of The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. I started reading this 2 or 3 years ago and really enjoyed it, and then my library hold ran out and I just never picked it up again. But I really want to read it, so I'm going to read it. This is a tale of revenge, cultural identity, and the cost of breaking from tradition in this latest novel from the Jordan Peele of horror literature, Stephen Graham Jones. It follows 4 American Indian men after a disturbing event from their youth puts them in a desperate struggle for their lives. Tracked by an entity bent on revenge, these childhood friends are helpless as the culture and traditions they left behind catch up to them in a violent, vengeful way. I like horror, and I think I'll like Stephen Graham Jones. Lastly, this is another book where I had a, what's it called? Library copy, and then my library hold ran out before I was able to read it. But this is Silver Under Nightfall. I found this at a thrift store and I was like, yes, please, I want this. One of the things that I know, this is by Rin Chapeko, which I've heard phenomenal things about. I've heard phenomenal things about this book and about their writing. And I've just heard that this features a really compelling, strong, awesome polyamorous relationship, or like, which I am down for. What is this? Science fiction? Fantasy? One of the two. Science fiction or fantasy. Or both. Look at that castle. Cool. I'm not gonna put it right there. I'm gonna put it back. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for bearing with the noises outside. Let me know which of these books you think I should get to soonest, or like should add to my spring TBR if any of them are particularly springy. And I will see you when I see you.